Shalom, Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, the balance of our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Ruel, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that push this great gospel in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Tazakai Yahweh from the Great Millstone, Indianapolis camp, coming at you another lesson through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing to be edified. Got an article from Newsweek.com, and it reads, Vladimir Putin says Navy to get new Zircon hypersonic missiles in months. This article came out July 31st, the year 2022, the year Yahweh Bahashem Shai turned it up. And it reads, Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced that the Russian Navy will receive Zircon hypersonic missiles within months. Putin made the claim during the Navy Day parade in his home city of St. Petersburg, where he heaped praise on Tsar Peter the Great for transforming Russia into a sea power. The president said the Zircon cruise missiles will be deployed in the upcoming months and said it will allow Russian Navy to quickly engage with threats. Right? Because contrary to popular belief, yes, there's a war, atmosphere of war going on right now. And as we see these things going on with these different countries with their differences, and they coming against each other, speaking these great things against each other, you right now are in the ambience of what? World War III. That's why all these nations are gearing up, buying and trading more, nuclear missiles or whatever the case may be, whether it be artillery, armory, you name it. That's what all these deals are going on. They're buying this, they're selling that. Because why? We're in a time period of war, right? It says, Putin said, the delivery of these missiles to the Russian armed forces will start in the coming months. The Admiral Gorshkov frigate will be the first to go on combat duty with these formidable weapons on board. It says, according to Reuters, Putin continued, the key thing here is the capability of the Russian Navy. It is able to respond with lightning speed to all who decides to infringe on our sovereignty and freedom. Russia first tested the Zircon in January 2020 and claimed it could reach speeds upwards of 6,600 miles per hour. Damn, and straight targets within a range of 1,000 kilometers or 620 miles. This claim has not been independently, confirmed, but hey, it says it, So let's see if we got a little bit more. It says, Newsweek has contacted the Kremlin for comment. Putin's announcement comes amid heated exchanges and alleged attacks between Ukraine and Russia. On Sunday, July 31st, Sevastopol Governor Mikhail Razov, whatever, said in a Telegram post that 5 people were injured in an alleged Ukrainian drone attack on the Black Sea Fleet headquarters in Russian-occupied Crimea. Him later confirmed Navy Day celebration in the city will be canceled following the alleged attack. Ukrainian official Sarai Bratkuk, head of the Odessa regional military administration, denied Russian claims of the attack and called it provocation. So, that's pretty much going to something else. So, it's like you don't read on that, but the main topic is what? These missiles. Because contrary to popular belief, if you believe it or not, some people believe that the thought of nuclear missiles do not exist. They believe that they don't. They believe that's a conspiracy theory. That's just something that they made up, that they just want to scare the people to do this or do that. And people really believe that, yes, that the thermonuclear warheads, the missiles, they do not exist. But at the end of the day, you can literally go look up missiles and developments and this and that, and they actually show you, video evidence of that they're testing these missiles and that they actually exist. But if the blind lead the blind, they should surely fall in the ditch. So yeah, certainly there are some people that really do not believe that these missiles actually exist. But as the scriptures say, for what the Son do not believe, shall the unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid, because why? These missiles, the thought of missiles that was first came to pass, or the thought of it was already prophesied in the scriptures before they even made a missile. That's the power of the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Shai. That's the power of the truth, to have the understanding that yes, missiles are already spoke about before they even created the very first one via prophecy in the time past. And we're about to visit one of those times past when we go to the book of Joel, right? This is Joel chapter 2 verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound the alarm in my holy mountain, right? Because that's who we've been set up to preach the gospel to ultimately to Zion, right? But we understand that only the elect of Zion are going to receive that. Yes, also scripture said that we have become a prophet unto the nations as well. So the first alarm, the sounding alarm, is going to you so-called, not so-called Israelites, but pretty much the nation of Israel, Salakia. But we understand that only the elect are going to receive it. But then it's also going out to these Gentiles, because it's in the next chapter say what? Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. So we are set up as prophets ultimately to all the nations, because why? All of our people were spread amongst all these nations. But we know the elect out of all nations are going to hear it, right? And the elect only come from the nation of Israel. I'm going to put that out there. It said, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh Shemashai coming, for it is nigh at hand. And the people right now are trembling. When they hear about these things, about death and destruction coming, the people are trembling. Not even the, Joe Sixpack, but even the elites, they tremble as well, because they know each and every day we draw closer to their destruction, to their demise, right? They say the day of the Lord coming, for it is nigh at hand. Now, a lot of people, we can't wait for the day of the Lord, and the saints come marching, and, open arms, this and that, but the next verse is going to give you an example, or give you a snippet of how that day is going to actually be. It says it's a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there have not been ever the like, right? Now, this is speaking about, now, of course, it's telling me that this day is a day of gloominess, destruction. It's just a day that you want to be a part of, if you have not of the elect of the nation of Israel. But it says a great and a strong people. Now, you got to pay attention, because it's great and a strong, a great people and a strong, there have not ever been the like. And this is right here, it's telling you right here, it's about to talk about a different type of people, not actual your everyday human being. It says, there have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. Because why? After we get set up in our kingdom, what? All those weapons of war throughout all the nations are going to be destroyed. Right? And you get that in other scriptures as well, other chapters as well. It says what? So talking about these people, right? A fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burneth, right? Because why? That's the with the delivery system, saying that exhaust, that's what's actually pushing the delivery. That exhaust, that fire that come out the back of it, right? It says the land is as the garden of Eden before them, right? And this land that it's speaking of is what? Babylon the Great. And behind them a desolate wilderness, nothing shall escape them. Because why? It's prophesied that Babylon the Great will be made wholly desolate by these missiles. As a matter of fact, let's get something on that. Jeremiah 50. Let's see. Right here. We'll just get it, really quickly. It says, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. And actually, it's going to go into those missiles as well. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against thee, Babylon, so he's going to raise up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country. The country that's going to be leading the charge to consider of the north country is who? Russia, and all the allies that's with them, and all the the smaller nations that's underneath them as well. Because scriptures tell them to be thou a guard unto them. Russia's one of the big dogs right now. Right? So they're going to lead these other nations. It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her, right? So the main culprit who they're against is Babylon the Great. It says, and they shall set themselves in array against her, from thence shall she be taken. Their arrows, right? Those arrows also is a symbolic to what? Missiles. Shall be asked of a mighty expert, none shall return in vain. Because why? It's the Yahweh Shemashai spirit that's going to be within those missiles, which we're going to get back in Joel 2. We're going to get get the proof of that statement. It says, and Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh Shemashai. Because why? Ultimately, Babylon the Great has been the whore that made all the nations mad. So it's going to make them, in a sense, rejoice and satisfied that, hey, man, take this devil out of here. Get him out of here. It's to cancel the whole entire earth. Right? It say, because you were glad, because you rejoice, O you destroyers of my heritage. They was the most proud. They was the most glad of the destruction of the Israelites. Right? In times past, they was considered our brothers. Right? But they broke the brotherly covenant. So first and foremost, as you know, they sold their birthright. That's another thing. That's another reason why they hate us and they want to take us out. Because why? They sold the birthright. Right? So why? It makes them, it appeases them and makes them rejoice when they can get their hands on us to destroy us and to kill us. Right? It says, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass and bellow as the bulls, your mother shall be sore confounded. And the mother of Babylon the Great is who? United Kingdom. know what I'm saying, Great Britain, if you will, right? Because that's who they came out of, right? The 13 original colonies going back to, Great Britain, right? It says, your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nation shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Speaking about what? The landmass of Babylon the Great, America, right? It's going to be a dry land, a desert, a complete wilderness. Why? Because of the wrath of Yahweh Shemel, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues, and that's what's going to happen. Right here, say, put yourselves in the race against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Yahweh Shemel Shai. Those arrows, again, is going to what? These missiles. And like I said, because of the wrath of Yahweh Shemel Shai, it shall be wholly desolate. So again, back here, say what? Joel 2 and 3, a fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them, right? That's why I brought that out. Wholly desolate. This place is going to be a desolate wilderness. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen so shall they run. And we understand that a horse is a symbol of what? Power. Right? You see what they say? They can travel like 6,600 miles per hour. That's that's definitely great horsepower, if you will. That's a great display of power within these missiles, right? And as horsemen shall they run, like the noise of the chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devours the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Now, why would this be talk about people being like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble? What person have you seen been launched out of a silo or a missile silo, and they just was flying and they turned on fire and they hit and they destroyed something, right? That don't make sense. It say before their face the people shall be much of pain, because why? When you turn around to the east and to the west and to all these various places, and you see all these damn missiles, these plots, these stars, so to speak, they look like stars with the glittering, with the from the delivery system with the fire. You're gonna be much pain. You're gonna be bugged out. You're gonna be wondering what the hell is going on, right? All faces shall gather blackness, right? All faces gonna show a sign of terror, of being scared, pained. Bugged out. That's what's gonna happen to the people when you see all these missiles flying in the air. And we talk about the missiles also, man, when you see Yahushua and the holy angels and the chariots, them too. But the premise of this lesson is what? Talk about the missiles. It say, they shall run like mighty men, they shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone on his ranks, and they shall not break their ranks, right? And that's why some people may think this is talking about people, but it's not talking about people, right? It said, and they shall march everyone on his way, and they shall not break their ranks. Because why? When you see missile shot, you gotta they get shot in their direct trajectory. They're not gonna run into each other, bump into each other. Like when men running them, when you watch old movies and stuff, when they get the charge, you see sometimes they may be bumping into each other, trying to make sure they get out of each other's way. No, these missiles are gonna be shot in perfect, in precision, right? They're not gonna hit each other, because every last one of them are not gonna return in vain. They're gonna hit their mark. Right? It say what? Neither shall one thrust another. See, they shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Now think about that. Wouldn't if a man was to fall upon something, wouldn't they be wounded? When they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Wouldn't they be wounded if a man fell down on something? If he fell down on the spear, on the sword, or whatever the case may be, right? No, it's these missiles. Why are they not going to be wounded? Because they're designed to what? Explode and destroy. That's a part of their creation to do. So of course they're not going to be wounded. They're going to do that which they were sent to do. It say, they shall run to and fro in the city, they shall run upon the wall, they shall climb up upon the houses, they shall enter into the windows like a thief. And that's why people are like, yeah, this could be that, this could be the spiritual power, this could be this and that, whatever, And yes, we know spiritual power is coming, but no, this is literally is talking about actual missiles. Just like we get into Revelation, what's that, for chapter 9, when they talk about the colors, the jason and this and that. Like it talks about the different colors, the breastplate of fire. What man got on the breastplate of fire? Come on now, you gotta ultimately the Lord gotta open your mind up to understand this, right? It's but that's what they're gonna do. These missiles gonna hit. They gonna run to. They gonna hit various cities, right? They gonna hit various houses. They like says gonna be enter the windows like a thief. Man, everything gonna get hit with this. Everything gonna be destroyed by it. That's why I say no stone left upon another. It say, now here's another indicating clue. The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark. Why? Because all that, the smoke of the fire, of the the missiles hitting and detonated. It's saying y'all done seen videos stuff like that or movies where they show the aftermath of a city or a place that got destroyed. What the smoke is going up, and right it says what's going to be 200 million warheads that's gonna be sitting out. You damn right the sun and the sky and the moon gonna be blotted out and darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Yeah, because why it's gonna be nothing but clouds of smoke. That's why it's going to be like that. From what? The nuclear destruction, the thermonuclear destruction, right? It's a, so again, think about that. The earth quaking before them. Now, can you throw men? Can men get thrown out of the sky or jump out of the helicopter and they all land in one area and cause an earthquake? No. No. It's going to be part of the earth. No, what's going to happen is these missiles that's going to be shot, right? And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very strong, for he is strong that executed his word. For the day of Yahweh Bashim Yashai is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? Right? Who can abide that day? Right? And the only ones who can be able to abide that day is what? The elect of the nation of Israel. Nobody else. None of you heathens, none of you body believers, none of you niggas calling on Jesus. None of that. The only ones who are going to be delivered from the day of destruction is the elect. Like I said, and that's why it said, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army. We just read about these missiles being what? Part of the Lord's army, if you can receive it, right? And the last one I'm going to get real quick. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, verse 12. The earth quaketh, right? Like a quaketh, like a shaking. And the foundation thereof, the seas arise up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fish thereof also before the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yashai, before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, right? The bow is what? The silos, the nuclear silos. And his arrows that he shooteth are sharp. Those arrows go to what? Those missiles. And they sharp because they gon' hurt. And shall not miss. They're not gonna miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Can you shoot a bow? Can you go to the end of the world and shoot a bow and arrow from Slovakia, but from let's see, Portugal? Can you shoot an arrow from Portugal and let it hit and it can hit Manhattan? Or can you go to China and shoot it and it hit Hawaii? Or a bow and arrow, can it hit California? No, this is talking about missiles that can travel 1,000 kilometers, 600 some miles, 800 some miles, whatever the case may be, traveling at 6,600 miles per hour. That's what this is talking about. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again till they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. So look, these arrows that got shot, they left a fire. This is not talking about no damn bow and arrow that, you can put the bow and arrow in the torch and then it can turn. No, this is talking about actual missiles. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not be backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. And when these plagues get sent, because plagues come in a multitude of instances where it could be a plague of pestilence, plague of mice, plague of locusts, plague of you get the gist. But this plague is going to be with the plague of thermonuclear fire. That's what's coming to Babylon the Great and also to the rest of the world. And the last one I'm gonna end on, just thought about it. We're going to hear. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with a confused noise and garments rolled in blood. Like I said earlier, they used to run with each other, this and that, roll their garments up, slicing each other, blood going everywhere. That's normally how battle was normally fought. But this next battle going to come in what? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. And where's that burning and fuel of fire going to come from? Those thermonuclear warheads. That's where it's going to come from. And that's what's coming to the people in this world, and over here in this land of Babylon the Great and the rest of the entire world. So hey, whether you believe it or not, yes, the thermonuclear warheads, the nukes exist, World War III exists, the salvation of Israel exists. All those things is gonna come to pass exist. But these missiles, if you hear in that day, your ass gonna get burnt up by them. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to sincere Akim wa Akwaf out there listening. Want to get all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that push the great gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abai, Babal.